As the first part of this project series comes to an end, it's time for a progress update and report on what the next steps are going to be and what we've accomplished so far. So I'm just going to do a few little shots of a setup board here using all the tiles that we've made so far. So we've done some city roads, some city plazas. I've added some leaves for all the roads just to kind of give them a little bit of a more dressed up look. And I've added some little shop stalls here and there throughout the city just to kind of give it a nice lived in feel. This would be really good for like a Mordheim game or a city D&D encounter, stuff like that. But as it stands, we're just going to make another 4 of these exact same tiles, and some of them are just going to be mirrored, so I don't want to make videos on those. So let's take a look at what the next steps are going to be. So I know at the start of the series I did a video of just some basic designs for the tiles, and in that video I made some sewer tiles, but they were a little bit lackluster, so I decided to design up some new ones and just do a quick little sketch of a couple of them here on camera. Now, the original sewer tiles didn't really line up with anything except for themselves, and even then, looking at the old diagrams that I had made, they weren't really lining up all that well. So I decided to use the same kind of spacing for the city streets and where they were going to connect to other tiles and use them kind of as a baseline for the sewers as well. So each of the entrances to the next section of the sewer is going to be sectioned off at a 4-inch width, and they're going to be evenly spaced on the outside of all 4 sides. This will allow me to kind of have a nice, easy, sustainable connection with all of these sewer tiles. And it will also help to kind of make it appear as though the sewer access points, the manhole covers, and things like that are all going to line up with the city tiles up above. Alright, so that's 1 down. Now, I've done a few more of these off camera, but I wanted to kind of show that there's going to be a little bit more to them than just, oh look, here's a bunch of walls and some walkways. So here I'm kind of showing how I'm going to roughly plot out and build in some rooms into the larger sections of the foam that are going to be the walls. Now each of these sections are still going to be 2 foot by 2 foot for their overall size, but instead of it being a inch thick at the base, and that's it, we're going to do that same inch thick base, but we're going to do all of the walls in 2-inch thick foam so that it has a nice raised area. This will still allow for models to be easily seen by the players, but give that really good impression that all of the areas of the sewer are kind of recessed down and give it that really kind of deep and eerie kind of feeling. Now, these little rooms that I'm diagramming here are going to be kind of carved into the foam. We'll figure out how that's going to work as we start doing the tiles. But what I want to happen is have all of the doors leading into these roomed sections be kind of like hidden doors. I might do something like a removable door panel that goes into the wall section so that I can kind of swap it out in case I want to have a definite like lived-in section or a little mini dungeon that's known to the City Watch or something like that within the sewer system, or swap it out for a hidden wall entrance that the players would have to find, stuff like that. Now these sections of the rooms that I'm measuring out and marking on here aren't exactly done to scale. The only things on these diagrams that are going to be to scale is where the walkways are going to be and where the entrances from the other tiles are. Now, when I go to actually make the tiles themselves, I'm going to be a little bit more precise in where everything ends up and where everything goes, but when that happens, I might end up modifying where rooms are or how many rooms there might be. This is more or less just kind of a concept right now. But what I'm envisioning is a few rooms in a couple of the different tiles with a probably 1-inch thick wall section in between the rooms to give it a little bit of stability and a little bit of depth. Alright, so I did a mock-up of 6 different tiles, and I'm probably not going to do any more than these. There are 2 identical tiles, and that is these 2 right here. I didn't want to do a whole bunch of repetitiveness, so these are the only repeating ones. The other 4 are unique, so we'll get some good videos out of those. Hopefully you can see what I'm going for here. I think it's going to look pretty neat when it's finished. But that's going to be it for this one, so thank you everyone for watching. Please hit that like button, subscribe for future content, comment in the comment section, and we will see everyone next episode.